Here's a beautiful Toyota RAV4 that I just completed a four-wheel alignment. Now I'm ready to proceed with the front radar calibration. This video is going to have a quick overview of the setup and calibration using Toyota original software and how to set up the target. Toyota went from a handheld scan tool back in the 80s and the 90s to this laptop computer-based version, and it has been the same ever since. Our first task here is we're going to set up a center line. This is rather simple. You just hang a plumb bob. Here's my little tray with all the tools that I'm going to need, and these are all available at Home Depot. There's nothing special that you need to set this up. It's really simple to do. All we're going to do is measure a straight line across the vehicle by hanging a plumb bob in the rear of the vehicle to bring the center line to the floor, and doing the same thing to the front of the vehicle. I have a battery charger hooked up because I'm going to have the ignition key on for a while, and I want to make sure, but you could use any trickle charger. Once you make communication with the vehicle, it brings up all the computers on the car. The Toyota software is really easy and friendly to use. Everything is listed by the name of what the computer means. Once you click on any module on the car, it gives you all the parameters, what you're going to do. Read codes, diagnose codes, utility where you want to calibrate something. Every time you do something, it gives you a description in the bottom. Like if I read on this one, and from the same platform, once you pay for the software, you can pay for as little as 24 hours if you just want to do something yourself, or if you're a professional shop, you can pay 1 year subscription, and you can use interface. They have a Mongoose interface specific for Toyota that is only a couple of $100, so you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. And once you buy the software, they also give you the service information, diagram, service procedures, technical service bulletin, beautiful pictures. You can search any topic you want and get the exact same information that the Toyota dealership does. If there's a production change like this one, they had a production change how the car is made, you're going to select the exact year and make and model when your car was created, so you get the latest accurate information how to do it. So we're going to go into radar blind spot, and we're going to look up quickly the procedure. It gives you all the warnings, all the do's and don'ts, and then you click on the info button and it gives you the setup, where to do it and how to do it. This is really simply, Toyota is really good with their service. Here it tells you a quick outline of what you're going to need. And the first thing it tells you, you're going to need lots of space. This is the problem that dealership and service department and body shops, you need a lot of square open area space. A lot of people are trying to do this in parking lots, or they're putting it on the drive-through or the driveway. It doesn't really work because you need a flat floor. You can't have any angles in the floor. This tells you the height of the radar. This tells you that the little triangle reflector, which you can buy from Toyota, these are the part numbers. They list you the part numbers so you can simply look it up and buy it on eBay or directly from Toyota. In this demonstration, I'm going to use the Honda. This is the Honda triangle. It's basically an aluminum triangle. Honda put a stick on the back of theirs, which makes it easy to find the center of the triangle, so I can precisely measure it exactly to the millimeters of the height that I want. Here's a quick example why I don't use the Autel. This is an aluminum triangle that they use for Hyundai, for Kia, for Toyota, for Mazda. A lot of cars use that. This is the Autel. Right off the bat, it's made out of metal. It's not aluminum, and it's painted. I actually set this up once on a Mazda, and I got a code that there's distortion on the reflection. I guess Mazda didn't like the white paint. I don't really trust this. Look at the size of this. This is 6 or 7 inches. Nobody makes this size of a target. If you're going to set up this target this large, yes, with a bigger net, you're going to catch bigger fish. But that's not really what you want to do. Look at this one. It's barely 5 inches. I don't know where Autel gets the dimensions. I don't know what they're doing. They're not certified or licensed by anybody. I bought the kit. I really regret it. Once I actually put it together and I looked at all the targets that I bought that are original from the dealership, and I looked at the Autel, they're nowhere near the right size, the right thing. I put this thing to the side. Here is the accuracy. You must measure your center line accuracy. Take your time. Tape the string to the floor securely. You're going to have to put a lot of tension on it to make sure that it holds in place. Now I'm simply going to repeat the same thing in the front of the bumper. I went out a little bit long on this video, but it's really simple. There's so many companies out there now selling you ADAS targets and alignment, and they sell you these elaborate computerized machines with cameras and 3D imaging to set it up. Why would I spend $30,000 when I can do it with a string and paper tape and a magic marker? It takes 10 minutes to set up a center line and get an accurate position where to put the triangle. It's not rocket science. I don't see that it's worth investing all that money. I take my time. I make sure I get the exact center line. I even put on my spectacles to make sure that I get it right. Because if I take my time to measure a car out correctly, I know it's going to pass the first time, and I'm going to save a lot of time trying to reposition. You simply take the string, you stretch it out, you put it exactly on the straight line, you tape it down real securely to the floor, and all I have to do now is measure 3,000 millimeters from my straight line in front of the bumper. Not hard to do at all. I do it all day long. Here, I'm just going to put this little plastic thing as a reflector to measure my 3,000 millimeters. Once I have my 3,000 millimeters, I'm going to put another piece of paper tape and mark my spot. And that's all it takes. You need a lot of space. You can't have any lifts. You can't have any overhanging metal things. You do have to have the space. But once you have the space to set it up, it's not that hard. Toyota gives you step-by-step instructions how to do it. There it is. I just made my cross. The straight line measures at 3,000 millimeters from the front of the car, and that measures the center. I like this Honda triangle setup. Honda did a great job. It is just PVC piping and a triangle. I like the simplicity of this, but it's easy to set up and you get an accurate reading. This is the reading before I did my calibration. That just tells me that before the body shop removed everything and put it back together, it went off by 1.3. Now I'm going to go ahead with the software and recalibrate it. Thank you for watching Jack Short video, how to calibrate a Toyota.